What's up, guys? Mason the Rock Henderson here. This is Elementary, Season 4, Episode 22, Turn It All Upside Down. Yes. There's not much else I can say about this episode other than, yes. I love what they're doing with this show right now. I mean, the third season was good. Second season, a bit slower. First season, obviously, the premiere season, the one that got it all going, it's always going to live on as kind of the one that started it all. But the turns that they're taking in this season are really good. I thought throughout most of this episode it was going to be, we're going to find out more about Morland Holmes, we're going to find out more about, is he a bad guy? That did happen, but we also got more than that. And that's what's so great about this show, is that they always manage to meet your expectations and then go a little bit beyond it as well. We do have Sherlock finding out more about Morland, more about what he's doing right now, finds out about that ring. It's interesting to see, though, that he's not the one that hired whoever it was to kill the mole inside the office. I thought that might be where they're going with it, but it's not. They're not going that direction. At least, I don't think so. But we've already had a storyline before. I think I said this last week. We've already had a storyline where it was somebody related to Holmes. Holmes didn't trust him, and all of a sudden it looked like he really was the bad guy. Only for Sherlock to turn around and say, "No, you're being framed. I wish you were the bad guy, but you're not." I was worried they were going to do either that same storyline or make it to where Morland really was the bad guy. They may still make it where Morland's really the bad guy, but at least they're not doing the same storyline we've already seen where it looks like Morland might be the bad guy. It's very clearly not him, it's somebody else. We find out the twist at the end. I'll talk about that in a second. But I like the fact that they are changing up the story structure a little bit, that they're not going the same old. It was a good episode, though. The case itself, we find out instantly from the guy, that, oh yeah, I was hired to kill that guy, and I'll tell you exactly who did it. It describes the guy, it says, it called himself Mr. King, gives all of this information. Whenever he at first said, oh yeah, I'll tell you all about him, I thought two things. One, either he's going to describe Morland to a T, and we're going to go that storyline of let's frame Morland. Or two, he's going to describe somebody else because he would be too scared of Morland, right? Like, there's no way he would actually, if it were Morland behind it all, he would be scaring him out of it. And he ends up describing somebody else, which, like I said, we may end up coming back around and saying, oh, it actually was Morland this entire time. I don't think we're going that route, though. I think they've got something else planned. But I like the fact that, like I said, we find out very early on who the guy was that was hired to kill these people. We find out more about who hired him. We start to discover all this stuff about this test that they have to take, or that people take to find out what their thought process is on crimes and stuff, whether or not that makes you legally insane, kind of squashing the insane defense, or help backing it up. And that's kind of where this all goes. We try to find out who's the one that's feeding this information to whoever is hiring these people to kill for them. And so at the end we find out who it is. Maybe, I feel like that was a little bit, sometimes on this show we have a moment where we meet somebody random, like this woman was helping them around the office. She's just kind of, okay, so here's this office, and now she's kind of helping them, giving them information, and that's all we see of her. And at the very end it turns out that she's the one supplying the information. They have had episodes like this before, but it's not done all the time. Most of the time it's like, here's some clues, follow these clues, and then we catch the bad guy. This is one of those few cases where we don't have any clues really to who's feeding the information, and then all of a sudden, oh, it was that woman we met before. It's not as good as the other cases, but for this case it does work out because that's not the big picture here. It's not the main point. This case is just one part of the big puzzle going on, which is who's hiring these people to kill for them. And so we find out who she is. She gives the name of a CIA agent who asked her to do this stuff. Holmes hears the name, I think it was Babbage, and instantly stands up and says, "Excuse me for 1 second." Gets Watson to come with him, and then starts talking about, I should have seen it before, King and now Babbage, they both went to Cambridge. She's like, "What are you talking about?" It's names that she likes to use, or I can't remember exactly how he described it, but apparently it's names that have been used before. And then he says she likes to do it for her entertainment, and I'm just like, Moriarty? Sure enough, he says it's the organization that Moriarty worked with. So, like I said, maybe not Morland. I still think that's possibility that they could take, that this organization may not be run by Moriarty anymore. Maybe somebody took over for it, Morland. But I like the fact that they are bringing Moriarty back in. Maybe. Possibly. We still don't know exactly. He says it's the organization that Moriarty worked, or she ran. So it could be her. It could be that she's taken the reins again, or somebody could have taken over for her. And that's, I think, where we're going to go next week is it Moriarty behind it all, or is somebody else controlling this organization that she used to run? But I like the twist. I like the fact that we have a genuine twist involved, that it's not so straightforward, it's not so, okay, so here's this, here's this, here's this. No, it's a good plot twist. And it really does bring up a lot of questions of what's going to happen next. All of these people are involved. Is this involved with Morland's attempted assassination? Is that involved at all? Is this company behind, or this organization, are they behind that attempted assassination? Was Moriarty behind it? A lot of good questions to contemplate as we move forward. One thing that I do want them to do for next week is I want a quick recap of what happened with Moriarty last time, because we haven't seen her since the 3rd season. We saw her in a couple episodes, and I can't remember how that ended. I don't remember what happened with her, if she was still in prison at the end of it, or if she escaped, or if we thought she died or something along those lines. I don't know. I can't remember what happened because it was so long ago. So I hope that they give us a quick previously on Elementary, and then talk about this and this and this with Moriarty. Because if she is going to become a big deal in these last 2 episodes, we need a reminder, or at least I do. I'm sorry. I don't remember what happened. It happened a long time ago, so I do have a bit of an excuse. Anyways, I think that's about it for this episode. All around really good. The scene where Sherlock was talking to Watson, he has the ring that his father was looking for, and tells her about his mother and all that stuff. That was a very good scene. I thought the opening scene where Watson tells Sherlock about the mole that she had, and then he kind of blows up on her, I thought that was a very good scene too, because it shows how emotional Sherlock is about this. It was very well handled, and thought it really captured that emotion very well. So, all in all, very good episode. Excited to see what's coming next. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe for future Elementary content, and I will see you at the next review. Peace out.